Well, the box we have here is actually not the retail packaging. This is typically something that they send out only to media and press. But the retail packaging is on the inside of this. Let's open this up. And typically these boxes here for the media are a lot bigger for the OnePlus devices that we've seen in the past. And then instead of the usual red accent color that we've seen before that OnePlus has been using, this one here has this bluish teal accent color. And here we have it on the inside of the box, just nice and neat. Looks like we have 3 different cases here that they're going to be showing off for the OnePlus Nord. Again, OnePlus has a really good selection of first-party cases for its devices, which I honestly recommend quite a bit since they're not too expensive and protect their devices really well. So a clear one, a blue one, and then a black option. Set those to the side. And then inside here, we have the OnePlus Nord. So let's get these other things out of the way. Get to the main event here. And like usual, there is an open tab, which is extremely convenient since taking off plastic from a smartphone box can be quite difficult if you don't have a knife handy. And you can see the Nord branding right up top, OnePlus, again, OnePlus on the side. And then this one here, it looks like they sent us the marble blue color option with 256 gigabytes of RAM. Though right over here, 12 gigabytes, sorry, 256 gigabytes of storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM, echoed right over here as well. So with that, let's take the lid off. And the phone just sitting right up top. This way, Nord. And for those who aren't familiar, Nord is a European word, Italian, and a couple other languages for meaning north or true north. And OnePlus is saying they're getting back to their roots as to what they thought at the beginning with a flagship tier device that's really affordable. This one coming in right under $500. So let's set that aside for a second and jump into the box to see what else is inside. The usual documentation. Oh, and they include a clear silicone case with a nice triangular pattern on there. That's kind of nice, including something in the box for everybody, so you don't have to pay to buy something extra. A little bit of story about the OnePlus Nord from the team, if you want to read that. And then jumping in here, a handful of stickers, OnePlus Nord, quick start guide, safety information, highest SAR value. And stick those to the side. And this one here is going to be a European plug, but this one is going to be able to charge at 30 watts, just like the other OnePlus devices that we've seen released this year. Again, the red accented cable to go along with it. It would have been nice if they were changing the accent color from red to blue, if the cable would have been that as well, but maybe not this time around. So we're going to move all of these to the side again and take a look at the phone itself. Of course, peeling off the plastic. And there we have it. We have a dual camera up front. I believe one of these is a 32 megapixel camera. The other one is an ultra wide camera, which is probably about 108 degrees, which is really nice. I really miss the ultra wide camera that Google introduced on the Pixel 3. Ever since I've moved away from that phone, I've really regretted it just because that ultra wide camera is not there to fit in other people in your shots when you're taking selfies or trying to fit in the background as well. But we have a quad camera set up on the back of this phone, the same sensor that OnePlus used on the OnePlus 8 and last year's OnePlus 7T. So you do get technically a flagship tier camera on this device. You get an ultra wide and then a macro camera, and then a depth sensor as well. And I'm really loving this blue color here on the back of the phone. There is a little bit of a shimmer, not sure if you can see there in the camera, but a little bit of a golden shimmer if the light hits it just right. But let's go ahead and turn this on. If it will, and walk you through the setup process. And as far as other specifications go, you do get an in-display fingerprint sensor just like you do on the most recent OnePlus devices. So there's no fingerprint sensor on the back. This does come up throughout the setup process, allowing you to put in your biometric information. It does feel quite responsive, though I've already had a couple misimprints just while setting this up, so it'll wait to see how accurate it actually is after using it for a couple days. And then for the battery, you get 4100 milliamp hour battery on the inside. Unfortunately, there is no wireless charging. Again, this isn't something that we were expecting on this device since it is roughly a $500 smartphone. But you know, there are other devices on the market at this price point that do include it, so it would have been nice to differentiate this from some of the mid-range or some of the flagship smartphones that cost a whole lot more, to give one of those features, a flagship feature, to a mid-range device like this one. And then to finish the setup process, we can choose the different font. We'll go for the OnePlus Slate font, and then being able to choose between on-screen navigation or gesture control. And then it walks you through back, home, recents, swipe in from the right, swipe in from the bottom, or swipe and hold from the bottom. So here we need to practice. Congratulations, I can do it. Well done. Setup complete. And that brings us to the home screen of the OnePlus Nord. As far as fit and finish of the device goes, you get the usual OnePlus touches here. We get an aluminum side frame, camera bump out on the back. On the previous OnePlus devices, it was centered right in the middle of the device, so it's a little bit different with it on the side, but it looks pretty much the same. On the side here, we do get the usual notification toggle that allows you to turn off or vibrate notifications just with that toggle without having to go into the settings of the phone. Power button on the side right next to it, and then volume rocker right here on the opposite side. Unfortunately, mid-range devices these days do have 3.5mm headphone jacks still, but OnePlus did not include one here. Nothing along the top. Speaker, SIM card slot at the bottom, and then a USB-C slot for charging and data connection. And that's going to do it for a quick unboxing and first look at the OnePlus Nord. Let me know what you think of this smartphone in the comments, and whether or not you'd be willing to pay 400 euro for a mid-range smartphone that honestly could compete with some flagship tier devices. We have a lot more OnePlus Nord coverage coming up within the next couple days, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon as well. We have our full review, camera comparisons, and a whole lot more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.